this is Oscar here again, and thank you again, guys, for continue following us and watching our video tutorial. And for those of you who are not subscribing to our YouTube channel yet, I encourage you to do it and subscribe right now in order for you to be able to access every time we have a new video tutorial that we're going to post on our YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe and also click the notification button so you can be able to follow all our tutorials for free inside our channel. Okay. Anyway, as we continue, we're still working on the webinar sales panel. And without further ado, I'm going to go over here and also goes again to my dashboard. Okay. And I think we're already here. As you can see, last time we did set up the other pages. And now I think we just have to go to the confirmation page, where we can set our, the confirmation page inside this webinar sales funnel we have. And what we need to do is, of course, we're just going to do the editing of this page. And as you can see, it is actually blank at the moment because we don't add anything here in this page yet. So just bear with me. We're just gonna do a trick, so we can be able to just copy what we have here in the registration, because we need almost the same set as what the registration is. We basically need the same setup as we have here. We just need to replace, some content, probably perhaps if my client would like to change the content, then I'll do that next time. But basically, we just want to copy this and put that over here. And I think we did that last time. We have this webinar registration right here. So what we just need to do is, of course, try to just put it in the proper place this time. And since we're just gonna have the confirmation kind of like page, what we need to do is, hang on, just bear with me. Okay, yeah, just bear with me. Put it this way here, because we only need like, a button where they can go through after the confirmation. Okay, so we just kind of like hang on, just okay, we just kind of like wanted to add a button where it says next step. I believe that's what we're gonna do, and that button would end up to the still we need the scarcity here, and I don't think we need this one here. This big button, big button, and we just need one of these. And I think we just might gonna have the button itself, okay, when it says registered now, right? And this time what we need to do is we're not gonna have the registered now, because I think it's gonna be not the right word to be there in that button. So I think what we need to do is kind of like next step. And what happened is, after clicking the next step, they're gonna end up to the webinar page or the webinar presentation, where my client will explain about their company, what is their business is all about, and the things that they are selling online. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. And as I've said, you can literally change the colors if you wish to have your own branding, right? So in my case, I think we are using the kind of like this color here, the rusty kind of like yellow. as part of our color branding. All right. So there you go. Have this in the, and then we're just gonna bring this up a little bit, and here, there you go. You want to center them, right? And the size, we want to bring this up. There you go. And I think it's basically done, right? So uh, we're gonna have the link here, but since we are not in the process of into the webinar sales dashboard yet, we are not doing that part yet. We kind of like constructing everything here, all the pages, and I think pretty much that's it. And let's see how it's gonna look like, right? In the live version. Let's hang on. Let's hang on. So you got the scarcity here. You got the arrow button. You got the content. What is your selling is all about, and I think pretty much it. And let's go try to get out of here. And this is the registration, right? So we don't want to be there. And let's see and check the live version of the confirmation page, which is, there you go. Okay, we did it right. There's no issue. Once they click this button, gonna send them to the webinar page. This is the reason why I told you creating a webinar sales panel is a little, a little bit easier than creating any kind of sales funnel or website itself. Okay, so here, as you can see, this is blank because we're not in the process of editing in the builderall. I mean, we're not in the process in editing on the webinar sales panel dashboard yet. So okay, we're good. So the registration is good. Confirmation. Webinar. Let's try the webinar indoctrination. I think we're not in there yet. I mean, we have done nothing in there yet. So, okay, let's check and see what I have here on my pattern. Okay, I'm using my pattern. Okay, because otherwise it's gonna be hard, right? So here, the webinar indoctrination. I will have to explain. The webinar indoctrination is kind of like you want them to once before the webinar start. It's kind of like a final notice for your anyone who wants to go to the website that the webinar will start soon. I want you to get ready, get your books and paper handy so you can be able to, list down all the information. It's kind of like let them, be aware of what is going to be happening inside the webinar presentation, because they need to take down, all the, if they're really interested with the services or the, whatever the you're selling online, they want to write down all the information. So that is what the webinar indoctrination is. Okay, so this is also not really, hard to do. You just kind of like have one video, so explaining to them, what is gonna be happening on the webinar presentation itself. So, in this case, here's what we're gonna do. Of course, we just gonna copy the same. I told you it's easy. The webinar registration, and you're just gonna replace this. Let's say, for example, we want to take this, the other thing out here because we don't need it literally. Because what you need to do here is kind of like informing them what will happen inside that webinar. So we don't need all this, okay? And here's, I think, what we really need here in terms of content that we need, to have here. Okay, so there you go. You don't even need a scarcity here, right? So there you go. We take that away. And here, okay, you want to have a video or it could be your image, or if you don't want to create another video, right? It could be your kind of like some graphics here. But I would prepare for me myself, to have a video and explaining everything, so people would, see that you are actually, you know, you're really legit. You know what I mean? So here you can just literally change this into, let's say, get ready for upcoming webinar. You know what I mean? So it's a reminder for all your participants. Okay, get, let's say, okay, we capitalize them. Get ready for our upcoming webinar. Okay, that's basically is. There you go. Center them and explaining. You yourself explain the what is gonna happen. And here, let's say, so I'm just having, I'm having my replicate here. So my pattern, I mean. So let's do. I want to edit this, and let's say, just bear with me. You are all set for our webinar presentation. Okay. See, you can add like, um, make sure, where is it? I think it's black. We need to have that white. Okay. Make sure you don't miss, okay, this live, or you can do like, make sure you have, because it's blue, and make sure you have your pen and book handy. Make sure you have your pen and book handy. Okay, in place. Okay, so you can do things like that, right? Kind of like remind them what you need to have. And here again, you want to have the same thing. You want to have a button that says next step and an arrow, right? So what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to go element, and yeah, button, and let's do the same thing here. All right, so, and then again, you want to choose which color you want to have, for your brand. So that's basically now. And again, you want to have this, have the appropriate, content or instruction, right? So next step, right? Something like that. Or you can have an arrow here. You can do that as well. Try to emphasize them that don't miss it. You pay for that. Oh no, actually it's free, right? So there you go. And have this here, and again, come on, the size. I think we need to resize everything here. Okay, there you go. And it's ready. Okay, so let's save it. It's easy. Even grade schooler can do this. It's literally easy. Okay, then there you go. And let's see the live version of it. Okay. Where is that again? That's the webinar indoctrination. Let's check it out. There you go. So there you go. So get ready for our upcoming webinar, and then this is you explaining what will gonna happen to the webinar, things that they need to, you know, expect, or things that they need to bring, or those kind of information that they need, what they expect inside the webinar presentation. That's all about it. So you are all set for our webinar presentation. Make sure you have pen and book handy in place. Okay, so then click the next button. Bam. Now there you go. You're gonna go to the actual webinar presentation, and let's see what we need here to. Let's see if we can do it right now. Let's see. Oh, this one is not ready yet. I think we're gonna pause for this right now because I think it took us another 30 minutes already. So we're gonna pause for this, and I think there's just only a few little things that we need to do. So this is the webinar broadcast itself that we need to still fix, and then the webinar replay is done. There you go. I think this webinar replay is done. And the refund policy, privacy policy, terms of service is all good. So we'll pause for this now in this video, and again, see you on the last part on this page alone, constructing the pages, the website itself. And then we'll go next to the webinar uh, funnels, webinar apps where we can edit all the information inside the webinar funnels. And again, see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.